George.
Hell yeah, Second City, let me hear it. Come on. All right, cool. I like the energy. I'd like to start off with an impression, if that's all right with you guys. You guys like impressions? All right, this is, I'm pretty good at this one. This is an impression of a hipster on the downhill side of his 20s trying desperately to grasp onto some form of artistic legitimacy before he falls into a bottomless pit of blue-collar non-identity. Woo, hell yeah, Second City, let me hear it. How you guys doing tonight? All right. Joel, thank you. Did y'all grow up eating SpaghettiOs by chance?
The SpaghettiOs.
Yeah. What was the slogan for SpaghettiOs?
SpaghettiOs.
Got it. That's right. SpaghettiOs. That's not how you market a product. That's not, I think whenever copywriter came up with that, they were just like, all right, check it out. We're gonna give this 99-cent can of processed pasta and tomato sauce a slogan that the people who buy it understand. We're gonna give it something they identify with. Something like, uh-oh, mom's shifts at Blockbuster got cut again. Uh-oh, the 94 Ford Taurus is in the shop. You're gonna have to ride to school with your weird cousin for a while. Uh-oh, you were born on the side of the class war that's constantly losing. Sorry about that. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I'm into fashion. You guys like fashion? Yeah. Yeah, I'm into fashion. Because fashion is really interesting, actually, because all fashion really is just like it's a system of symbols that we use to communicate to other people, like who we are, what we're into, where we've been. For instance, my fashion says, I got dressed up for Warped Tour in 2004, and my parents never drove me there. Speaking of looks, it occurred to me recently that I'm not like a traditionally attractive dude, you know, like I'm not doing bad. I work with what I've got, you know, like you don't have to defend myself from myself, but like I'm not like a hot dude, and like it was just like a thought that popped into my head, and I wasn't mad, I wasn't upset about it or anything. I was just smoking a jazz cigarette on my porch, and I was like, oh, that's right, George, that's a true thing about you. We're just gonna put that in the brain catalog of true things about you. Right next to you've cried at every Muppet movie you've ever watched. But it's true, like I'm not a hot dude, I'm just like a little too short and a little too curvy to be like a hot, sexy dude. I am cute though. I am cute. I'm like a human corgi. Like I'm not like a German shepherd. I'm not gonna be sniffing out bombs in Iraq, but if you're having a shitty day, you can just look up a video of me running. Cheer you right up. I'm aging, anybody else?
No.
Yeah, I'm aging. Aging sucks. It's like one of the things that's happening with me with aging is I'm starting to like stuff less, you know? Like anybody else, it's just like every day the cat of jadedness pushes one more thing off the table, stuff that I like, and I'm just like, oh, home brewing? That was a stupid idea. Why'd you get into that? Got a lot of home brewers in here, it sounds like. But no, it's true. But that part about it sucks because that means I'm turning into my parents. When I was growing up, my parents only liked 3 things. They liked Fox News, Franzia boxed wine, and Jimmy Buffett. And I just know that in like 5 to 10 years, I'm going to be in the same place, and all I'm going to have is like Vice and Franzia boxed wine and Mac DeMarco, you know? Because that's really all you need in the end is just like a news source that aligns with your prejudices, a cheap way to get drunk, and chill-ass tunes, you know? That's it. That's all it takes. Another thing about aging is I'm falling apart. Like, in a lot of ways, I'm falling apart, but mostly physically lately. Like, physically, I'm falling apart, because, like, you guys college grads in here? Yeah, a few college grads in here. I didn't go to college. While a lot of my contemporaries were going to college, putting themselves under tons and tons of financial debt, I was out there hoboing around the West Coast, working the kinds of jobs most people have only seen on Discovery Channel reality shows. I'm putting myself under tons and tons of physical debt. I was an Alaskan fisherman, I was a truck driver, I was a wildland firefighter. It's like I don't have a degree, but I do have a knee that tells me in bad weather it's coming. No transferable skills on my resume. And last month I threw my back out because I scratched my head too hard. So, get out there and use your MFAs probably. I had shitty jobs too. I had shitty jobs. I worked at a grocery store for a while. Anybody done that fun little game? A few people, yeah. Yeah, that's fun. That's a bad job. For those of you who haven't done it, don't do it. It's a bad job. It's a kind of job, it's a kind of service industry job that forces you to answer questions you never wanted to have to answer. Like objectively, which is worse? Children or old people? You say children?
Children.
I just need you didn't say it. What do you think, sir?
In a grocery store?
Yeah, or anywhere, It doesn't have to be,
We're going old people.
All right, old people? That is the correct answer. The correct answer is old people, because old people are children who've made it. That's cool, though. Oh, man. And really, my main issue with the Trump administration, there's a lot of issues with it, right? But my main issue with the Trump administration is that they're running the White House the same way I've run every shitty minimum wage job I've ever had. It's a 3-step process. First, you see what you can get away with. Second, when you get caught, you talk your way out of it. And third, right before you know you're gonna get fired, you just start stealing shit. And nobody's caught Kellyanne Conway walking to her car with a box full of inkjet cartridges yet, so we're still got some ground to cover. But no, that's what I did to survive at this grocery store job, is I had little scams that I would do, not because it was any great gain, but just because it made me feel better about working there. It's like I was sliding it under the rug from them. One of the things I would do is I would get to my shift a little before, it was usually in the morning, and I'd go and I'd get a donut, a muffin, and a Red Bull. And I'd go through the self-checkout line and I'd ring up 2 donuts and a Red Bull. Because a muffin was 10 cents more than a donut, and I needed that 10 cents. Real bad, I needed that 10 cents. But right before I quit that job, I got put on opening shift, which means that I had to be up at 4:30 in the morning, I had to get to the store by 5. It was usually a mess from the night before, it was terrible. But the worst part was, I realized that I couldn't do my little donut muffin scam, because the self-checkout machines don't open until 7. Why do the self-checkout machines get to sleep then? I'm pretty sure a self-checkout machine has never gone out drinking the night before, gotten too drunk, started doing coke to sober up, kept doing coke, realized I had to work in 2 hours, went home and lay in bed with his eyes closed, not sleeping, and then got up for work at 4:30 in the morning. People are still talking about robots stealing our jobs, but they're fucking lazy. They got room and board there, and I didn't even get health insurance. Times are weird out there, though, speaking of politics. It's weird times out there, so I think it's every once in a while it's important to take a step back and appreciate the small marks of forward progress we made as a society recently. For instance, culture's continuously warming attitude towards the act of eating ass. Nobody needs to talk about it. Now everybody's talking. People are talking about it right now. People are talking about it right now. People are out on wells talking about eating ass right now. I fucking guarantee it. Nobody used to do that. And if they did, they dress it up in funny little names. Just 2 years ago, everybody called it rimming, which is just a slightly less descriptive verb. And before that, everybody called it salad tossing, which doesn't make any goddamn sense. But now it's what was the sole territory of your single aunt's weirdest boyfriend. It's second base for millennials. So give it up for that. Oh yeah.